Yeah, a little bit of a different update today. We got some work done on the 504. That plate is supposed to be there, and of course the seat's supposed to be there, which is down here. Of course I can't see now. Seat, fender, some other parts. And having a leak, hydraulic leak, around in here for a while. I finally decided to, you know what, the weather's nice enough, I'm going to work on it. So, started getting into it. I picked up a bunch of O-ring seals, thinking that it was going to be the hydraulic valves, which sit around in here. You know, I thought I'd had a leak there for a while. Figured that was the cheapest thing to do, easiest thing to get into and fix. Sorry, I just realized something. I'll show you here in a second. So, started pulling things apart. These are all the remote lines. I've got a remote here. Here. And I got one in the same place on the other side of the tractor. I added this one. I had a buddy of mine machine an aluminum block in there, and I got fittings and kind of some crappy hoses. But anyways, took all that apart. Didn't really see anything wrong with the seals. These are the valves. There's a seal here, here, and here. Didn't really see anything wrong with them as I was coming apart. Yeah, they're old and hard and brittle, and I'll probably change them. But didn't really see anything wrong. Hope I have enough to do all that. And I pulled this plate off. This plate is what mounts. Yeah, I had it right. Mounts this way on the tractor, and then all the valves, not to here. I just dropped something out of this thing. I didn't really see anything wrong. Seals were okay, not ideal. So, when I got everything apart, I realized what was really leaking, and that's this shaft seal for this bad boy. There's a shaft. This is the escapes me all of a sudden. 3-point controls. The black one is your position, and then there's a red one, another one that mounts right here. Here. Goes here. And that's for draft speed control. And there's a seal runs right here. That seal was leaking when which I found once I got all of this off and could get to where I could see it. I do not have the seal for that. I have to get a hold of Case IH dealer up there in Troy and figure out when I can get a seal if I've got one. And then the other way. Right here there's another little shaft seal that was leaking also, so I might as well get that and fix that also. But when I pulled this, I gotta get the gasket for here, pulled this top cover off, and it was completely full. I was in here like this, it was completely full of oil, which I think is normal. It kind of makes sense. You want it all lubricated up there, and you want it to have fluid around it for both cooling and for operation. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but this is, I think, your supply line. I think this is the supply line also. And this is a pressure relief valve up here. This is a pressure relief valve. So, but because the oil level is way up here, because this, of course you can't see, oil level is way up here and the shaft is way down below it, I had to get all that fluid out. So I'm in here, I don't have a suction gun or anything. Took this itty bitty cap and I just dipped it and dunked it in the fill hole up here for the transmission. I think that took me about 45 minutes. It took forever because I don't have a suction gun. I don't have a way to easily get that out, and there's no drain hole in there. I don't know how the fluid gets back to where it's supposed to be. But being that there's a shaft seal, I would assume that it's always supposed to have oil up there. So I gotta get some new seals. I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. I need several of those, but hoping I got enough. We'll find out here. I may need 1, 2, 3, 4. But this and this are what fell out of that plate that I was holding up earlier. A little check valve, I think. I don't know what it would be acting against because it just kind of floats around in there. And then there's this seat, which I got covered in sand. Of course, the air compressor's going to run now. This works really good. So, I'm going to get that cleaned up. Drop it down there. So, I don't know. It's not one thing, it's another. I was hoping it was something easy, but it doesn't look like it's going to be. Of course, I had to take quite a bit of the tractor apart. I will try. I don't know what I'd be able to do. At least put the cover back down. I'll have to put a tarp over top of it in case it rains, in case it takes me 2 weeks to get to fixing the thing. But it needs to be done. Getting the top cover off there, I was thinking, man, I might have to take this into case and have them work on it. But the more I got into it, more drained out. It wasn't that bad. I don't like the look of this roll pin now. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. This is the roll pin that was on the very end of that 3-point shaft. And it's kind of bent. I don't like that. I may get a new one of them too. So I'll have to make a list of parts that I need and call Case and see if they've got the parts. You know, another day. Been waiting to put this thing off and putting it off, trying to get it to where it was decent weather. It's been too hot or raining. This is the first nice day we've had in a long time, with no rain really in the forecast. But it's not getting fixed today. Which sucks. hoping to get this thing back together and running and usable again. But this is what it is. And the darn squirrels. Those squirrels are driving me nuts. Go for a ride. The darn squirrels on my seat. They're chewing it up. They're chewing all the padding and everything out of it now. It makes me sad. Frustrated. Can't have anything nice. So, you know. Otherwise, the tractor's been running great. No issues. Just been mowing up their little brushers. Haven't touched any of this stuff in the barn. I'm kind of over here way off to the side of the shop. I don't know what you saw there. I'm just using my phone. So, I didn't really record much of the actual work because I couldn't figure out a good place to put that and get a good, decent shot of anything, useful, effective. Put you on the other side, and all you saw was really the 3-point lift arm in the top of my head. Put you where you're at now, and you couldn't really see much until I was able to get up in here, and by then I was so in depth in here, it didn't really do much. Otherwise, you've been looking at the back of my back the whole time, so I don't have any kind of a overreach thing where I could have put you that side of the tire and come down from over top of it, but oh well. So, that's the update. Not really much else going on. It's a mess. And as soon as I get it back together, I'm going to have to take it to work and use our nice steam cleaner at work. Clean the rest of it off, power wash it. I got brake cleaning stuff. Clean off what I can. But, it is what it is. What I was looking at and was realizing on the bottom of these valves, right in here, I can put regular GIC boss fittings in there. If I ever needed to, if I had a line or hard line here break, I wouldn't have to replace the whole hard line. I can get just some GIC fittings. And rerun some regular old cheap hydraulic hose. Not have to try and remake this, find this back and figure out how to do all that. I can just put some GIC fittings in there, which would be super awesome. Because then I could just run a regular hose all the way back. So that's good to know. Otherwise, plugging along. Not much else going on. Looks weird with the seat off of there. I want to try and figure out too how to get that seat either further up or further back, because it works fine for me. Of course, I'm short. I got short legs. But if anybody else were to use this tractor, that seat, there's a lever kind of down off to your left side. You can hit that with your foot, and it raises the seat up and back and away so that you can stand on the platform or get it out of the way to get up off of the tractor. But if anybody else were to go use this tractor, it's where I've got the seat is too far down and too close, and they're riding with their knees up to their chest. I got to try and get that adjustment cleared, fixed on that thing too. There's supposed to be a way to adjust that. It's all locked up. So, whatever. So the tractor will sit here for a little bit until I can put new seals on it. Make sure they got new seals. I may have to knock them seals out and see if I can just cross-reference to something. I thought there might have been a seal, because this shaft here on the end and this shaft are separate. I don't know if I can be able to, probably not. These two shafts are separate. I don't know if they're supposed to be, actually looks like a pretty tight fit. The very end of there, I thought there was going to be like an O-ring seal or something in there. But, because I couldn't get this shaft to come free. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how it's supposed to be in there. Because this is supposed to come unthreaded from here to take the tension off of this spring, but there ain't no way that's going to come loose. It's been sitting outside. I think it's all chowdered up. Somebody's been trying to move it. There. And I think, sorry I'm late, there's a set screw or something in there too. So I just took the whole thing off as assembly. There's an O-ring or a hole cross drilling. Is that cross drilling? I don't know what that's for. Maybe that's to allow some oil in there to allow for lubrication or something. I don't know. But there is oil down inside of there. I don't know. Didn't go as I planned. Figure something out. We'll see y'all later.